Do y'all want to know what I've been up to for the last few days on NekoTech Evolution? I'm about to say SevTech Ages. It's the name of the pack, by the way. I have been looking and searching for gold and working my way through things. It's been a while since I last did a video on the SMP, but I can graciously say that we've got a couple of new members that have joined us, replacing some guys who have left. We've got D Gold, who I think you guys may have seen pop up in the chat a little bit. He is a SevTechian. He lives on the SevTech Reddit. Great guy. And we've also got Hugo, who was also from the SevTech Reddit. Citrus Molo, he is back after he had his issues. And right now, I found gold because I have actually reached age 2. And then I thought to myself, well, why not spend some time? Now, this entire area in which I've been mining, beforehand, this was actually full of gold. Like, when I say full of gold, I mean this whole entire area. Like, when I'm about to go back up, I'm about to show y'all. Just make sure I grab all the... Uh-oh. Okay, I'm about to say. Okay. So this whole area, courtesy torch, was gold. Like, when I came in right here, this was gold. All this was gold. I mined all that. And now we're going to get up out of here the only way we know how. I completely forgot that I fell into a cavern. So getting back up is going to be just a little bit different. Yeah, that works. Okay. So I spent some time working on things. We actually found iron in between episodes, and I apologize. I've been trying my best on getting things taken care of. Also, we're still working on the city. That's still being developed. Okay. So you see, this is what I found. I found clusters of gold. And since I've already mined all this, there's no point in leaving these clusters just laying around. You can probably tell I'm also pretty far from home while I was sitting here looking for this stuff. Okay. Whew. That was actually not that easy. I never thought I'd actually be mining so long. They should not have reminded me that I could climb things, because this has made my life that much easier. But so I'm at the very edge, or at least getting closer to the world border. I got to go back towards that way. According to, let's see here. We lived east, so I actually need to start heading back south, which is that way, in order to get closer to my people. So I'll do that, and then I'll give you guys a quick little tour update on everything that I have been working on. So let's get to work. Oh, did I mention I found lapis? I found lapis out in the wild. Now, I haven't found a big vein of it yet, but mainly that's because I just haven't thought to put enough time into it. So coming through the autumn biome, by the way, is really beautiful. It's just amazing. Trying to stay as centered as possible so I don't accidentally stray. Again, we did reactivate the F3 commands. A lot of people do have atlases now. I still, as you guys probably have noticed, do not. I haven't chosen to get my atlas. I don't want an atlas. I had an opportunity to get it on day 1, and I completely fumbled the bag on that and was like, you know what? Maybe it's just not for me. So I just haven't tried getting another atlas. Okay. I know I'm getting close because those sakura trees were there. By the way, the server is a little laggy today. And for what reason, I don't know exactly. We're still trying to diagnose that. Is that what I think it is? Let's see here. Well, while we're here, And we got all the digging power for it. Let's go look for some more star powder. Why do I keep falling into caves? It's probably because I'm digging straight down. You guys know the old saying. Don't dig straight down in Minecraft. Just gonna put this there, put that there, and put one of those there. Okay. As you can probably also notice in my inventory, I do have an iron pickaxe, and I'll show you guys how to make one of those if you've never played SevTech Ages, or in this case, this mod pack, which is for NekoTech Evolution. Can't believe I just randomly came across. Oh, that's basalt. Oh, that's lava. That's lava. Oh, I'm gonna die. Crap. I gotta get back to that. Okay. I got back. So I made it back to base with my stuff. Really upset that I died. I've got to be a little careful because right now Citrus is close by, and that'd be bad for me if he figured out that I was down here. So he's not within range yet of me, but he's close. So I managed to get back to base with everything that we lost, plus a death compass. It's my 9th death on the server. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 full stacks, 1 copper cluster that we could have gotten rid of, and not really a half of a gold, but enough to, you know, make things a little bit more. Of course, we got a U stick, which I need to figure out why I have that, but it's fine. We wound up completing a few more things inside of the stuff inside of the achievement advancements. Now I'm staying off the main stuff. The main stuff is, of course, filling in the gaps, liquefying, starlight upgrading, entering the twilight dimension, or entering twilight, forest dimension, getting a piston, and then of course using the power of combustion to craft a coal engine. I'm staying away from that. I'm not really interested in that at this exact moment in time. I'm pretty sure if you guys have been watching Lily, aka Minecrafting Mom, you guys would have seen that she's been kind of running through that. I do need to work on the stuff in the between lands. That is my next kind of mission personally. Can't believe I died. And we got to continue to make the rest of the smeltery, which means we need to make more grout, which is probably the most frustrating part of all this so far. Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. So in order to make gold, we're going to have to create gold in general. So we'll have to smelt it. Citrus just died to a zombie. Perfect. I know that sounds mean, but I wanted Citrus to lose a life because he you know, yeah. You guys get it. You guys understand. So a melter would be fine. Lava's good. But what can gold actually be used for at this point? I mean, I could make gold armor and become the butter man. Oh, I can make golden apples. The dangers of having people living nearby. Wait, can't I make cast? I can make cast. And the cast won't ever be consumed. Which means I can technically start digging into the Tinker's Construct stuff. Wait, technically, can't that mean, doesn't that mean I can make an ingot? I can create a brick, 2 molten gold, and I can start casting ingots directly with a brick. I think that's what we'll do. We'll make some casts and cast them with bricks. and take the bricks and turn them into what we need. So we'll put some clay in the kiln. We'll put 1 piece of clay. We'll empty out our inventory too. Ugh, this is a mess. Got an uncooked potato in here. I keep trying to organize this, guys. I swear, I keep trying to organize. And unfortunately, organization is just not working for me right now. Every time I organize or get close to organizing, it does not work. Let me just empty out my entire inventory at this point, and we'll have to just kind of start it over. We got all this raw wolf meat too. Oh. Well, that's not ominous at all. Looks like Citrus then found my stuff. That's great. Well, Citrus apparently has just found my base, or at least an adjacent area of my base. He fell into the ravine and got stuck. I decided to shift and try to lay low, or as low as possible. I don't think it really worked out though. I feel like he knows exactly where I'm at. So there goes that, especially with these loud things that are kind of running like the water wheel, because you can hear the water wheel from 10 million miles away. He said he went into a ravine near his base, and next thing he knew, he was down in a ravine. So the good news is that in my journey so far, I've seen a lot of stuff. The bad news is moving all this stuff is going to be a pain and a half to work with. But we'll worry about that later. So that's a later Neko problem. So now we're going to go ahead and cast our first cast here. So we got an ingot cast. We'll put that there. And then while I was sitting there looking at it, maybe we can make a plate cast. That will require us to lose a plate. But we have some plates laying around. And this would mean that we'll be able to cast plates easier rather than having to use a hammer. So this will kind of take a little bit of automation for us. So we'll just go ahead and cast a copper plate here. And in order to do a plate cast, again, another 2 ingots. So we'll just put 2 more gold clusters in there. Looking ahead, maybe we should start looking at armors from the Tinker's Construct stuff. Now, I do know we still haven't actually made it to the Between Lands, and that's where a large majority of some of the newer armor is going to kind of come from, is the Between Lands. So I'm not entirely sold yet on all this. Now, again, this is a very compact setup. Those that have seen some of my previous videos, the Sky Factory stuff, you guys know I make a huge super smelter. So the plan is to still make another like huge super smelter, but that will have to come in time. As you know, things kind of keep going. Pickaxe would be great, but I'm not really too concerned about that. Now we do need to do the bucket. That would be like the last one. So we can craft using all this cobblestone that we have. We can craft a quick stone bucket with 2 gold. So working on getting that gold smelted. And once that is smelted up and smelterued, we'll actually be able to cast ourselves some buckets without having to worry about the cast breaking, aka we're done using clay to cast things. We will now have a better cast that will support our missions and the missions that we have to do. All right, now that we've got that taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and cast some gold ingots. So I'll just go ahead and automate this process. And then I'm thinking maybe we should do the same with some iron. That way we just have those ingots on hand. And then we'll turn those into plates because that's what we really need for the armors and things like that. Because, I mean, copper and bronze are great and all. It was a long process to make this stuff. But isn't it about time we kind of upgrade it just a little bit? Now, again, I know what you're probably thinking. We got the between lands to worry about, Neko. I get it. I know. I'm sure the between lands are going to be a huge problem. But I really want to get into some new armor. And that's something that I really have been looking forward to. So now that we've got ingots kind of forming, it'd be nice if I could have had this on like a channel with more tables. But this is why I tell people like I need a bigger setup because that's what makes things kind of good for me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just throw the iron in there too, so that when the gold is done, we'll have enough gold, and that'll allow us to kind of shop from our trader. So golding it up here. Should be almost out of gold soon. So we'll let that kind of work its way down. And I'm going to go ahead and take this mystery meat, which is not mystery meat, by the way. I could have sworn that was something else. But we'll take the mystery meat, put that in there. We'll also put the raw wolf meat in there and let the raw wolf meat and stuff cook in the cauldron. The cauldron has become like a temporary holding spot now for a large majority of my stuff, which is hilarious to think about. So maybe we should work on the smeltery. That little area down here would be great for the smeltery, or maybe we could just kind of knock the rest of this wall as far back as we can and then make a smeltery that way. Of course, I don't want it to be too short. I don't want a short smeltery. I want a tall smeltery. So this would be like the room in which I kind of cleared out thinking I was going to do the smeltery stuff in. And I still could. All I got to do is just break some of the trees. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll make a smeltery in here. So this will become the new smeltery room since these mulberry saplings aren't growing anyway. But there's a zombie on the other side of that wall, and I do not want to be bothered. I do not want to be bothered with it. So we'll break this tree here, and then we'll put the smeltery up against this wall. And yeah, the smeltery up against this wall. We've also got a bunch of clay here we can mine. This is stuff I haven't gotten to while I was working on the base, and I probably should have, which would have saved me a little bit of time. Okay. So we got that taken care of, and we'll just break some marble. I think we'll let the smeltery be... I don't know if I should make it low. I mean, I liked it where it would have been at on the floor, but I started working on getting the clay out of here. Didn't want the clay just kind of sitting, because that can be used to make grout, and grout is good. Trying to figure out what I want. I could have just come back over here with a bunch of cobblestone and then just cobblestone it up anyway. You know what? I think that's what we'll do. We'll cobblestone this, and we'll kind of leave it on the like main floor. Yeah, let's fill this back in with a bunch of cobble, and then we can actually build the smeltery. But I do need to make more grout, which means I'll need to make more bricks, seared bricks. And then once I make more seared bricks, it should, in theory, lead me down the right path in terms of making everything else that we want. So got some work to do still. I'm going to work on fixing all this up. And then once this is done, I will work on making the grout, which I don't think I've showed you guys how to make grout yet, have I? Well, first of all, it's going to require the millstone, which kind of is the reason why it's like right there, because I was using it earlier to make grout, ironically. And then I didn't even use the grout in which I made. I think I made a few seared bricks out of it, like 20, but it's nowhere near enough right now. So some work to do on that. But in order to make the grout, you need gravel. And that's the one thing that we're kind of short on right now down here. Hold on, let me grab the gravel. All right, got gravel. And let that one drain real quick. All right. So what you do with this is that when you have the hunger for it, you have to do the millstone. And you have to crank it and crank it and crank it and crank it until it finally spits it out, because that's what the millstone will do. It'll spit it out. You know, once we get like a coal engine and stuff like that, I think this process would be a lot easier, because then it'll be automated. Yep. Okay, we got 2 grout. What are you doing here, sir? I actually happen to have 2 torches, so I think what I will do is hopefully not draw a lot of attention to my base with this. We'll just put a torch there and put a torch there. And then cobblestone there. And cobblestone. All right. Those zombies are getting on my nerve. And got just a random raw egg. So you see what the process is? This is why it's taking me a while to actually create what I would like to create, which is the smeltery, because I have to go through with the hand crank this thing like 5 million times, and it just takes forever. It's really bad. So hold please while I work on this. This is always the most annoyingest part of the entire process of making anything related to anything that comes from this hand crank. I don't know whose bright idea it was to make me have to go through this. I don't like this. This is torture beyond what you ever need for torture. This is advanced torture, okay? Like, seriously, advanced. All right. It's gonna be a while. I'm gonna run out of hunger quite a bit. Great. Well, time for me to get to work making more flour. I am not about to enjoy the rest of this. Stand by, guys. Okay, there's a lot of hard work. We have 30 seared bricks, and we got some more currently cooking. It's still not gonna be enough, but this will be enough to at least get us started on what we need. So we'll need some seared brick. Still not, it's not gonna be enough. I'm gonna be here all night. Well, I'd hope to actually get the smeltery done, or at least the foundation of it done. I said that's not going to be the case this time around, unfortunately. I mean, I'll have an idea of what I want. So there we go. The beginning of the multi-block structure. There we go. I did something towards the smeltery. When we come back with the next one, maybe the smelter will be done, or maybe it won't. But that is my next mission that I want to accomplish and tackle. So smeltery progress has begun. Construction of the smeltery in my base will hopefully help speed up some of the things that we need to take care of. And I think overall, we're where we need to be, all things considered. That's what I think. Anyways, until next time, I'm your boy Neko, signing out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Been a very interesting episode. Be easy, everybody. Oh yeah, but before I headed out, I almost forgot one small thing. I did realize that I could have automated this entire time and would have made my life a little bit easier just with the water power. So congratulations, we got it hooked up. I could probably add some hoppers. Probably will need to add some hoppers, but since I'm kind of standing here right now, I'll just catch whatever falls. It's whatever, no big deal. But we got that taken care of. Now officially, I can head out with peace and of mind. At least we finally got this process sort of automated. Let's go.